Yo, what's happening, everybody? It's your boy Erskmac, the mad scientist.
And it's your boy Boogie Blendz. Welcome back to another week, guys. What's up?
Another week of Orange Phoenix Show Nerd Talk Live.
Oh yeah,
coming to you every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope you have an awesome week this week, and this President's Day weekend. So, hopefully you get some President's Day sales and all that stuff going on. Some electronics.
Extra time off.
Right. Rest and relaxation.
Nice. Isn't that crazy? Nice. Real talk, like I value my time, bro. I would rather them just be like, "Yo, take a week off," than them give me like a bonus.
Indeed.
I'd be like, bro, just give me like a week and a half. Give me 2 weeks off. You can hold that little $1,000, whatever it is. Like, let me just get the time off.
Right.
Keep paying me. You know what I mean? But just give me some time off. Yeah, I feel. So that's where I'm at. But it's been crazy. This whole week has been packed with news, bro.
Bananas, bro. Bananas, man. Before we get on that, man, listen, how was your week, bro? Like, what's been going on with you this week, man? You've been gaming a little bit. You've been watching some anime. What you been doing?
Yeah, man. It's funny, man. So I really like simulation games. Like I like time burner games. Like simulate. Like there was one that I got into heavy for a little while. It was called House Flipper. You ever heard of House Flipper?
Vaguely.
House Flipper, you build a home, you buy a home, buy a property, and you flip it. You paint the walls, you furnish it, you completely custom make the kitchen and living room and stuff like that. It's like a little sim builder thing. But lately, I've been playing this game by this developer called Kairosoft. You ever heard about Kairosoft?
Yes, I have.
Kairosoft games? Yeah. So they got a new one out. It's not new, but you know they release games. It feels like every month or so. But it's called Dreamtown Island.
Okay.
And Erskmac. I don't know what it is about this game. But it has a hold on me, bro.
Already. And it's not a AAA title. It's just
it's some
smaller
dumbass 8-bit, literally 8-bit game where you just manage a town, bro. And there's combos. Like if you put certain stores together, you get a combo, and then you get like more people want to go visit that area, and then you got to put the houses near the attractions, and then you got to put the attractions near the shopping, and then you got to put houses over here and the waters, and it's crazy. It's like a whole bunch of stuff you got to think about, but it's an 8-bit game. The mechanics are relatively simple, but like it is fun as I can't stop.
You had me at 8-bit. Like I love 8-bit titles, man. Like those 8-bit. I want to say remakes, but like games
original
that are made. Titles. Yeah, like games that are made in that image, like between 8-bit and 16-bit. Like it has some type of retro hold on you. But we're definitely going to get into some gaming later on in the show. Marvel has been eating, bro. Like Marvel has been straight up eating. Like. Ever since Super Bowl Sunday, man, we got to start with
they've been letting off.
You know what I'm saying? Like unloading the clip. Unloading the clip, bro.
I wish DC would do that.
In due time. I think it's coming. I think it's coming, bro. I think it's coming. Okay, so think about it. Okay, James Gunn. Yeah, James. Yeah, what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, I mean, unless you like a real nook and cranny type of comic book, you know, aficionado, not the mainstream don't know much about Guardians of the Galaxy until it got on the big screen. Right.
I was gonna say which most people I would say fall into that very, very casual, like know of the comics, a pretty good idea of what happens in them. You know what I mean? But like I wouldn't say most people moving on from that generation are like, dude, I've read all of them. I mean, I'm sure there's people that have, you know what I mean? Obviously. But like, I don't feel like that's a large part of the population whatsoever. Even the people that are like fanning over the movies.
Yeah, you remember what I said last week, man. Listen, get the DC animated writers, just have them write the live action movies and you're clear. But Marvel, it's been cooking. I mean, they've been cooking ever since Super Bowl Sunday with a teaser, and that is Deadpool 3. And my question to you is, do you think Deadpool 3 is the perfect medicine for the MCU as far as, a resurgence or bringing the fans back?
Yeah, I think so for sure. You know what I mean? It's like, again, back to its rated R status, like that brings a whole new crowd to it. And I mean, I wouldn't say so much a new crowd, but I feel like more people will be open and take that type of movie serious.
Oh, yeah.
If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, Marvel's always been known for being like these movies that are just safe for anybody to watch, and therefore, like, a lot of the content is kind of dumbed down. You lose a lot of the feel of the story because it's restricted to a specific age group. You know what I mean? So I think it being rated R lets it add more depth to it, and I feel like that's going to let a lot of people get excited. But what do you think about them casting old girl from The Crown as Cassandra?
I'm cool with that. I'm actually cool with that because it's.
Have you seen The Crown?
Vaguely. I seen like maybe an episode or two.
That shit ain't bad, bro.
But
ain't bad.
But with the casting, usually, when fan bases question casting before they actually see the movie, most times it ends up with egg on the face. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna reserve my, whatever my thoughts is. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait till the movie drops, and then I'm like, okay, we're gonna be good with it.
We did talk about that about Supergirl. We did say kind of like the same thing. Yeah,
the same thing. I gotta wait and see.
Yeah,
now with Deadpool 3, I'm all in on that. Like,
facts.
Like, all in on that, and the fact that Disney is letting it be rated R, because honestly and truly, if you'd have made it PG-13, it wouldn't have been as successful as Disney would thought it would be.
No.
I'm glad they made that transition. I mean, honestly, when Echo came out, Echo was TVMA, and they let it be gritty and everything else in between. So that leads me to believe that Daredevil Born Again is going to be the same way.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I like that grounded, gritty nature of it, because when it was on Netflix, like Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, Iron Fist, all that stuff was gritty. And the Defenders, Iron Fist being the lesser of the four, but still. So with Deadpool, though, the biggest thing that we were taken away from that trailer is Wolverine, like the return of Hugh Jackman. That's it.
But we knew he was coming, though.
Oh, no doubt. Fair. Yeah.
To be fair, everybody knew that everybody was just waiting. Like, are they going to say it, or is it just going to be like something we're just going to have to find out about in the movie? Like, are they going to see? You know what I mean? Like, and when we saw it at the end, I was like, cool.
We hit.
Cool. But like, just so everybody knows, though, like, this isn't like the Logan Wolverine. This isn't that Wolverine. This is X-Men like Wolverine. This is
the yellow spandex type.
Right, Wolverine. This is not the same one. So I don't know. Just in case anybody was expecting the type of Wolverine to pop back up, like, that's not what you're gonna get.
No, like, they actually explained that, because I read some articles on it, and they stated that the Logan that we know is dead still. You know what I mean? Like, that's right. Done. But when you look at the trailer, like, right off the rip, it looks as though that Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead and everybody else that's been part of Deadpool, the first two movies, is not going to be a big part of the movie in the third, which it looks that way, just by trailer standards. But trailers can be deceiving at all times. All Marvel trailers has deceived us and have us doing conspiracy theories, and you see several YouTube videos on, pay attention to that Easter egg and this, that, and third, and it really don't mean a hill of beans. But
they do a good job with some of that stuff, because you've seen in there, and like, you've seen some of the characters from Loki, right? You saw Mobius, right? You saw Miss Minutes, and all that. So like, from there, you're just like, okay, like, this is it. Deadpool's going to be fully incorporated into the whole MCU timeline. into the whole multiverse and like the time travel elements.
Yeah.
And so that aligns everything, really, to be honest.
It does, because when the end of Loki, the most recent, season of Loki, I mean, is a new TVA. Mobius is no longer there. He's doing his own thing. Loki is definitely not there. It looks like Yggdrasil. Ugh, gotta get that thing out. But he's watching Tree and he's handling things. So this is a new TVA. Like, we may see a character or two from Loki, this series, but this might be the start of Secret Wars, because there is a Secret Wars like down the road. So maybe this is the start of Secret Wars, and the fact that you got Hugh Jackman's Wolverine there, I'm super excited about that. Like, they did that yellow spandex right. Like, I really
nobody else could ever play Wolverine, bro.
I beg to differ. Beg to differ. Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy can play good Wolverine.
That's interesting. I never thought about that. That's interesting.
Yeah, Tom Hardy can play good. I mean, honestly and truly, if you really, it's a hot take, Hugh Jackman is somewhat of a miscast, because Wolverine is really like 5'3". He's short, like in real life. I mean, per comics.
True. Yeah, he is.
But his personality matches though. Like the rage and his tendencies or whatever, just his short temper, all that stuff matches.
It could just be that I just have never seen anyone else do it. At that level, it could be. But I say that type of shit all the time. Like, I'll be watching shit like John Wick, and be like, this shit is straight. You know what I'm saying? But it would be way better if it wasn't Keanu Reeves. You know what I mean? Like, somebody else. The fuck? Yo, Keanu Reeves drives me nuts, bro. Don't even get me started.
Anyways, Keanu Reeves, bro.
Anyways, bro. Cause, man, he's a boring actor.
So you're saying he played the same role like every movie?
Okay. John Wick is fine. Like I don't think that. And like Neo, that's fine.
The Matrix,
Men of many few words.
Johnny Mnemonic, Speed.
Cool. Huh? Did you say Speed to me?
Speed was like, hey.
Did you say Speed to me?
Yes, I said Speed. Speed was a good ass movie, man. Come on.
It's a good movie, but that's not something you watch for the acting, bro. Like, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's fun to watch. Like, oh shit, you know what I mean? But like, it wasn't a good movie because the acting was great, bro. It's like, it's the same thing with I feel like all of his movies, like Man of Many Few Words, he's a cool dude. I'm not going to take that from him. Like, he's a good dude, and like, I respect. I don't know, man. He's just like, to me, he's just not a good actor. I don't know if you ever seen Point Break,
Long time ago.
With Patrick Swayze.
Yes, that's a long time ago. Like, I literally got to
Gary
go back
Busey,
and watch that.
That'll hurt. Try to watch that movie and take his serious acting. That shit'll hurt. You'd be like, it hurts, bro. I gotta turn this shit off. It hurts. This is dumb. It hurts
me in my chest.
Can't do it. But like, so there's sometimes where I'm just like, man, it'd be better if it was played with somebody else. But like, I don't know. I guess Wolverine is just one of those people I just haven't seen. But I'm glad to see him and in that suit too.
Yeah.
For this.
So I think it is the longevity that Hugh Jackman has played that character. And we can't see anyone else fulfilling that role. I mean, he's been in it for so long. And I think now, with Ryan Reynolds' influence and everything else, I think this is not the last time we're going to see him. Because at one point, he retired from playing Wolverine. After Logan, he was done.
Yeah. He said he was done. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he was done for sure. So, but now that you got X-Men finally with the MCU and in all these teasers, especially with the Marvels, and I mean, we literally got that in our face. So,
that's the thing too. like, how long do you think Wolverine is gonna last in this new MCU, bro? Like, how many more times do you think Hugh Jackman's gonna play Wolverine after this? You know what I mean? Like, what's next? Are they just gonna kill him off and then they're just gonna like introduce somebody else to be like the main point of focus within the X-Men, which makes sense to me. I don't think that Wolverine's gonna last very long in this new
I don't think they're gonna be ballsy enough to kill Wolverine twice. All right, because it's like his swan song is definitely Logan, and the way he left, you can't really redo that or show a better way for him to kick the bucket. And on top of that, he has a healing factor. Like, this is young.
Okay,
this is young
well then,
Logan, like full adamantium, full healing factor.
Well, maybe not kill off, but maybe like he leaves.
Leaves the universe, you mean?
Yeah, like he just leaves or something. Like something comes up and he gets a new identity somewhere else, and then he just comes up in Easter eggs every now and then and shit like that. You know, you might see him in a bar just like listening like on some shit. You know how Marvel likes to do like little Easter eggs, but like maybe it'll be some shit. I just can't see Hugh Jackman continuing a whole nother like, you know, trilogy of X-Men cameos, you know what I'm saying, within any kind of movie set, you know?
Right. And Mark Scott actually says, I've been wondering if Deadpool 3 is going to have a Wolverine variant played by someone else. Now, that's matter of fact, that's
have we seen that before?
No, not with someone played by someone else. Well, but it would cause something different, right? Like with Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, you know, it's not necessarily a different name per se, but it was people that was in Marvel's What If, right? So maybe that could be an introduction to a new character where, oh shit, I never would have thought this guy could play a good Wolverine. I'm with you that him being in a full-length movie, like have a long role, I don't see that happening. But Avengers Secret Wars? But yeah, if the Secret Wars, I think he's definitely going to be in there in full length. But
it would be cool if yeah. I think the main thing they want to get from this though is I think they want to open up a whole new realm of origin stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait to see the Gambit movie. You know what I mean? Like, I can't wait to see the Cyclops movie. You know what I'm saying? Or the Nightwalker movie. You know what I mean? Like, yo, Gambit was my guy, bro.
Hey, you gotta hang that up, man. You gotta hang that up, bro. Yeah. That shit ain't happened. That shit ain't happened. Well, you want Channing Tatum?
Oh, you want Channing
Tatum?
What are you talking about?
Channing Tatum. Yes, Channing Tatum was supposed to play Gambit in the big Gambit movie, like the one that kept getting scrapped.
Yeah. Maybe that's why, bro. Because he was booty. They need to go get somebody else.
Cheeks. Yeah. But you ain't had to get nobody else. You all you had to do was get the same guy that was in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh, right.
He was the perfect Gambit.
Right.
Voice, accent, everything.
Agreed.
Cool in the game. Another variant of him. And who knows? Maybe they get that guy and he make a cameo appearance in Deadpool 3. That could definitely be something.
Agree.
So, but I think Deadpool 3 is gonna like put the MCU back where it needs to be, because you know people are dealing with withdrawals after Thanos, and that also they're dealing with withdrawals, man. I don't understand. After Thanos did the snap and they got their lives back and everything, they was like, what we got next? But that also leads us into another Marvel show. We've seen another trailer, and that is X-Men 97. Showed its ass today. But so
that's crazy.
Here's my thing.
That was crazy. What was it? It was like a minute and a half,
give or take,
or something like that.
Yeah.
But like you see like a lot of people from the original cast, like
except for Wolverine.
A lot of them, yeah.
Except for Wolverine. Listen, that voice threw me off, man. I'm even gonna hold you. Like once Wolverine spoke, I was like, that's not the same guy. So I did look online. I did look on like the Facebook groups and stuff like that. Like people are super hype about this X-Men 97 trailer because it is a continuation of the original X-Men series.
Mm-hmm.
But some people did have some issues with the animation style, like the choice of animation style.
I liked it.
I did too, but I feel like the older animation style from back in the day, that was just as good. All you had to do was just spruce it up just a little bit. Just dial it up just by maybe 5. And then you got yourself like some premier, like X-Men. That's true X-Men 97 stuff.
Well, I guess that's true. Like if you're going to call it X-Men 97, you might as well just...
Yeah.
No, I get that. Good point. That's a good point.
Like Cyclops. I want to say the voice actor for Cyclops actually passed away last year or so. They got a new voice actor for that.
Yeah. But like, you spoke to a lot of them too, didn't you?
Yeah. So Eric and Julia Lewald, they were the showrunners for X-Men that animated series from back in the day. Now they're not the showrunners for X-Men 97 because last time I actually had them on the show, all audio. They were coming in as consultants or something like that.
Yeah, but this is straight Marvel, isn't it? Like this is straight up done by Marvel Studios.
Yeah. And I think they're giving us like 12 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. So it won't be like a plethora of episodes like it was back in the day. They're going to give us some episodic stuff. And Mr. Sinister is the big bad in this. And
Emma Frost.
So the last part of that trailer, right? Magneto, like, oh yeah, this is Professor X's will and testament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm running the mansion now.
Yeah.
Get your ass in line.
Yep. Sebastian Shaw was there. Callisto.
Yeah. So Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop. Morph. Cable. Forge.
Listen,
Sunspot. Nightcrawler.
So hold on. How you gonna sneak Morph up in there looking like that? Even though that's like kind of looking. Come on, bro.
I know, right?
Like you didn't say.
Why you say it like that?
Like, bro, I beam right to him
like that.
Yeah, like why you had to sneak this us like that? Like, bro, if you telling us this is the continuation of X-Men animated series, this mofo had hair and he looked human. He just was switching back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they have an episode where they actually expand on that, like how he looked in X-Men animated series wasn't his original look in the first place.
Yeah, that would make sense. I'm sure they'll spin it that way. That they got people there that is this guy. Hopefully, I hope so.
So I'm like, okay, please, like, connect the dots for us because if you
bridge that gap for me, please.
Right,
so I can get through the rest of this series without scrutinizing everything. Because if they do that shit early in the teaser before that shit even comes out, I'm gonna be like, nah, nope. Please bridge the gaps. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, get it out there. But Bishop, I need to know, like, how Bishop is back with the X-Men and everything else in between. Like, you know, Bishop played a pivotal role in Beyond Good and Evil, the 4-part, series that was supposed to be the finale. Mm-hmm. I think it was season 4. Right, and then season 5 they had the graduation, and if I remember correctly, Bishop wasn't there, but I need to know how Bishop is there, and everything else. So
yeah,
but on time will tell, man. I'm excited about that trailer though, man. That trailer had me hyped. The song, the remixed. I was like, oh shit.
It's hype, man. I can't wait to see it. And it's again, like it's that nostalgic feeling, like that.
Yeah.
That feeling of nostalgia does something different for our generation. That we're kids watching this, as opposed to adults. As opposed to like this was peak animation, like at the time, peak.
Yes.
So this is like this is crazy.
Like, how like gritty it was, and it was so
it
wasn't.
Man.
That's yeah. We talked about that. So
Let's talk about it.
So for those that haven't listened to the show like a couple weeks ago, I asked Boogie Blendz a question. If he had to choose between which Saturday morning cartoon, would it be X-Men animated series or Batman the animated series? And he chose Batman. I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it. So the animation style was just different. It was colorful, but it was gritty.
It was gritty.
And the way the stories was being told, like, you really do appreciate it as a kid because you looked at it as what it was, a Saturday morning cartoon. But as you get older and you rewatch it, you appreciate it 10 times more because of the tones that and the lessons that it was telling you. So, I mean, man, bro, like, think about it now. Saturday morning cartoons was a little educational. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego the cartoon? Like,
bro, yeah,
you know all about geography and shit. You know what I mean?
For real. And then you had shows like Recess, right? That was like talking about racial issues. I was talking about like economical issues. I was talking about all types of stuff, G.I. Joe.
Yeah. I mean, all that stuff was just educational. And I mean, not to say that today's cartoons is not, but like when my girlfriend's kid, like I low-key try to introduce him to like Saturday morning cartoons that I used to watch, you know what I'm saying, and see how he works with that. But he likes One Piece. I mean, granted, One Piece started in '99, so, and that was originally a Saturday morning cartoon, even though that bitch didn't last that long because they edited the piss out of that.
Right. Is he watching like the abridged version of it? No. The Netflix version? No?
Yeah, he watching it on Netflix, but he has the manga too, so he's kind of like reading, but he got to catch himself up. Now, here's what Netflix hold us out. Now, for the newcomers of One Piece, I will tell you this. Now, if you go on Netflix, you will watch it in order, the arcs, right? But then these motherfuckers, they put the Egghead arc in there. They slid that thing right at the bottom. So now, if you finish binging One Piece, because it's not the entire series that's on Netflix, they're doing it like chunks at a time. And you jump on that Egghead art, you're gonna be confused as shit. You're like, yo, they separated. What's going on right here? Like, no. Don't do that to yourself. I fought Netflix for that.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
I haven't even watched it. I haven't even touched watching the Netflix version of it yet.
No, it's not a bridge. It's every episode. It's every single episode. It's not a bridge.
For real?
Yeah, it's not
Somebody
a bridge.
told me that it was. Somebody told me that it was like an abridged version, like they took out a whole bunch of the fillers and they just kind of got to.
No, the fillers is there. The fillers is there. Now, watching it on Netflix, I will say it is easier because One Piece is notorious for doing like recaps at the beginning of the show, right? So by the time you get to the recap and get to the main thing, Netflix skips all that and gets to the next episode. It starts from that next point.
Okay, so it's like they're like 15-minute episodes. Because I feel like all the episodes was like a whole bunch of recap for it. You're right, notorious for that. Yeah. And sometimes the whole show be a damn recap.
Yeah.
How you recap a whole show? You play the show
One Piece will get you like that.
Yeah,
One
it
Piece
is
will get you like that.
Naruto gets like that too sometimes.
But yeah, so we got Deadpool 3, X-Men 97, and now we get the final casting for Fantastic Four. Now, Boogie, how you feel about Fantastic
They did the final casting for it too?
Yeah, so the biggest one, honestly, to me, is Pedro Pascal playing Mr. Fantastic. How you feel about that?
I'm not mad at that.
Me neither. I am not upset with that.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal, I fuck with him, bro.
Yeah, Mandalorian, The Last of Us.
What you mean, bro? I hope nobody has anything negative to say about that.
Yeah, after you done got his head smashed in on freaking Game of Thrones, like he deserved his role. He died.
Man, that was the most devastating death in that entire series to me, bro. Because I was like, my guy, bro. You got him.
You talk your shit and
got him.
You got your head smashed in like a pump.
I was like, light work, bro. They thought they had you, bro.
And it's a wrap
then
for
you talking that shit and got Bro, I was like, man, I can't believe this shit, bro. I was big mad. But anyways,
he deserved that L. He deserved that L.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, after doing that dumb shit, yeah, that's what you get. But but at the time, I was really fucking mad about that shit. I was like, why they do him like that? Yeah, but anyways,
yeah,
I like him big time as yeah, I like him guys.
Mr. Fantastic. So some people was like, why not, Krasinski replaying the role of Mr. Fantastic like he did in Multiverse of Madness. So him dying pissed me off. Like in there. I'm like, bro, dude, are you not one of the smartest people, if not the smartest man in the Marvel universe? Like, when people can't figure shit out, let me go to Mr. Fantastic. Let me go to Reed Richards and figure some shit out. He will figure it out for sure. Like,
he is the tier 3 guy.
He's definitely that guy, right? So I'm like, you couldn't like assess the situation where, all right, I'm not gonna face Scarlet Witch. Nah, figure out a way. But I mean, I think he did do a decent role at Mr. Fantastic. But also for the people that maybe sort of kind of upset, and with the casting of the other Fantastic Four, I'm like, what are you comparing it to?
I just seen so they have Vanessa Kirby, playing as Susan Storm, who's the Invisible Woman. Which,
not mad at it.
I'm not mad at that either, right? Like I can't really. They got Joseph Quinn as a Human Torch, right? Johnny Storm, from Stranger Things.
Still not mad at that.
But yeah, I'm not mad at it. It's just crazy to think about, And then Evan Moss, who's going to be the Thing.
So
I'm not mad at that either.
Again,
I think this is all good to me. This is all good news.
All good news. I'm like, for the people that's upset, like, what the hell are you comparing it to? What are you comparing this casting to? Because the first Fantastic Four, let me backtrack even further. The first Fantastic Four movie, that was like 94 or something like that. Butt cheeks, man. Butt cheeks. Doodle juice. That was that movie. And it's like
boo-boo juice.
Boo-boo juice, man. Boo. Like, if you want to gouge your eyes out with a sport, you watch that old Fantastic Four movie from the 90s, man. It's on YouTube. So it is on YouTube for sure.
It is garbage.
It is hot garbage, man. Landfill. That's
landfill.
It's equivalent to when E.T. came out for Atari and people threw it in a landfill and almost ended the video game industry forever. Yeah, that's how boo-boo it is. It was that. Straight ass. So, fast forward,
do you think like quick side note?
Yeah. What you got?
Do you think that was worse than the Dragon Ball film?
Yes. I'm not even gonna hold you. Yep, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Dragon Ball film was rough, bro.
It was definitely rough. It was an insult to our intelligence.
Yes, it was.
It was an insult to Dragon Ball fans everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they made Dragon Ball Evolution, they said,
"How dare you slander Goku?"
Exactly. Here's what they did. They're like, "Listen, here's Dragon Ball Evolution. You dumb bitch. You're gonna enjoy this shit." That's it. That's basically
you dumb bitch.
That's basically what they said.
You dumb stupid bitch. You sit here and you eat this. Digest it, you bitch. Because we don't give a fuck about you.
Like they,
but like, how much money did it? Like, honestly, like without them just not doing the research, like it just kind of, they could have made good money. It could have been a good movie. It was a little ambitious. I don't think that you can really truly accurately picture capture Dragon Ball at its essence in that time being live action. Like maybe nowadays that something like that might be more realistic, but like I just
back then you could have made it work.
No.
You could have made trust like
you could have
made it work. Like if you know the source material, you could have like some Star Wars epic shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how big the world is.
But you would have to plan. You would have to plan for that to be like a trilogy. You can't tell a whole story of GT in one movie.
No, you can't. It's like I said, like with the Star Wars movie, like it's like 9 movies, like in that.
That's what I'm saying.
In that vein, right? Outside of the side stories, but that's how you should tell Dragon Ball as a live action, right? I mean, you could easily done this. The source material is literally right there in your face, and again, they serve it to us and slapped us in the face and made it and try to make us eat it.
Do you think do you think that's part of the reason why the Fantastic Four, like back in the 90s, was such a flop too? It just there wasn't really anything to follow.
Yeah, honestly and truly, Marvel hasn't always been hitting home runs when it comes to live action movies. Like Blade really set the tone for MCU and everything else in between. Like Blade was it, and
true.
And the Marvel movies in the 90s, like there was a Captain America movie where a dude had a plastic shield, and when you threw that shit was wobbling like this right here. Like that shit was wild. Like there was a Doctor Strange movie, there was a Spider-Man movie. That, all of them was terrible. Right. And I mean, they had on the costumes and shit, but nah, it was a slap in the face. Right. But now, if you fast forward the Fantastic movie up to the 2000s, the first Fantastic movie was actually pretty decent. I enjoyed it. For what
it was okay.
It was okay. And the guy playing Mr. Fantastic, perfect Reed Richards, because he's always curious about something. He's always going to research. He tends to ignore Sue when Sue wants attention. And that's how it was. I mean, if you could get that guy that played Reed, I wouldn't be mad at it either. Because that was perfect casting for me. Like, he is Reed. You can't get Chris Evans to play Human Torch, because even though he played a really good Human Torch.
Yeah, but he's Captain America.
Right.
That's
he's Cap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So unless he's Human Torch in another universe, but the casting has already happened.
Yeah.
This might be the best version of the Fantastic Four, like the Rise of the Silver Surfer. Like, don't get me started on that bullshit. So,
bro,
tell me, how the fuck do you make Galactus a big ass cloud, man?
That is the laziest shit.
Yeah.
In cinema history, bro.
Yes. I mean, Silver Surfer though. Silver Surfer was actually well done. I mean, he had the power cosmic, all that stuff, but you made a dark cloud out of all this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Terrible.
Right.
And then you tried again with Fantastic Four and Michael B. Jordan being Human Torch. I tried watching it, Josh. I tried watching it, but it's like
couldn't do it.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't do it. I'm like, whoever tried this, that was just dumb.
I am not mad at you. What do you think about Joseph Quinn though?
Being a
Human
which role?
Torch.
Not a bad idea.
Torch.
Not a bad idea.
I agree, man.
I feel like it's not hard to play Human Torch because he is the younger out of the four. He's the little brother technically, and it's such an easy role to play as Human Torch. Like he's brash, he's cocky, and all you got to do is just write all the stuff that Chris Evans did with Human Torch. Just mimic that because he was a great Human Torch. Like him and I forgot the guy's name that played the Thing because he was on the Shield. You talking about the older ones? Yeah, the older ones. Like
I don't remember his name.
Yeah, he was a good. He was a good Thing. Mm-hmm. So, but I am excited about this casting and where it goes. And a lot of people are speculating that Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic, will be the next Robert Downey Jr. when it comes to like Iron Man. Like he's going to be the next mainstay guy.
Right, bro. For sure.
Yeah,
I can definitely see that. I hope so.
I hope so.
And I feel like he's in a position to be able to maintain a role like that for a long time.
Yeah, because you know when Last of Us season 2 comes out, you know we only got a few episodes before he get his head smashed in.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
he's gonna be done. He's gonna be done for a
minute. He's gonna be done for a minute. He's gonna sit a few out after that, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be it. It's gonna be it for you. So
that's funny.
Oh, sorry guys. Spoiler alert. My bad. Like you ain't play Last of Us. I don't know what to tell you. Oops. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well.
But that leads into our next topic because Marvel's been eating. You got Deadpool 3, you got X-Men 97, you got Fantastic Four casting, which 2025 slated, like for the summer 2025. So just be on the lookout. Super excited about the first family of Marvel. But we're gonna jump into Masters of the Universe. So, Boogie, I'm gonna ask you, how big of a fan are you when it comes to He-Man, the Masters of the Universe?
So like, like this?
Yeah.
We're talking about the old shows. Okay, this?
Yeah, just in general.
Oh, this shit is about to be hard, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, I really do. I really do think so because like the old ones, like I watched them, but like I can't tell you like everything that happened, the whole shit. Like I don't have this crazy recollection of it. You know what I mean? It's just something I used to watch here and there, you know. But like looking at it, He-Man is not even like the same person.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean. He's like struggling to find like his place as Adam.
Yeah.
Right, as the Prince of Eternia, and He-Man. You know, the legendary hero. So it's like that's a lot different than the He-Man from before.
Yeah. Look.
And Skeletor, like before, like he was just like this bad guy that just was the bad guy. You know, he just did malicious shit. You know what I mean?
Talk.
That bro, he talked only before like the WWF, Attitude Era, like that type of shit talking was that's peak shit talking. But like at this time, like this is like that was some funny shit. Skeletor always was talking that shit, bro. But like now he's like a complex character with like his own motivations and stuff like that. So I think that'll be cool to get like a perspective from Skeletor. I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be hard.
I think so too. Like it says per Deadline, Mattel's live-action Masters of the Universe reboot film is quickly gaining some new momentum, and reportedly Travis Knight of Bumblebee is now in final talks to board the project as its director. So the new word on the screenplay is that it will be rewritten by Paranorman director and co-writer Chris Butler, following a previous draft by David Callahan, Ham, Aaron Nee, Adam Nee. The Nee brothers were also previously attached to the direct when the film was in development at Netflix. Now, it said Netflix abandoned the live-action Master Universe series, but it was later reported that Amazon MGM Studios has taken interest, and Deadline is now reports that the company is in the final negotiations to secure the rights. With the popularity that, like you said, with Masters of the Universe, when they started with Revelation, like on Netflix, when like Kevin Smith took over and everything else, like I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like I'm familiar with He-Man. Like I absolutely love Skeletor. Skeletor is my favorite character in He-Man. You know, I really did like the villain in that. But I was never a person that was just sitting there. I can't wait for He-Man to come out. Like I can't wait for the next episode of He-Man. Like I was never that type.
Right.
But to a newcomer to Masters of the Universe, Revelation is definitely the perfect pivot into that, or the perfect introduction to Masters of the Universe with Skeletor, because the story is deeper. You know, it's not like all cartoony, which it is a cartoon, but it gives you the deeper nature of it, and it's darker too. Like there's stakes involved, like people are going to die, you know, that kind of thing. Now, in the comics, because I used to have the digital comics, it was like Eternial War. There was one point where He-Man and Skeletor was on the same side, and Hordak was the bad guy, which, if you haven't seen Masters of the Universe Revolution, you might need to go see that. You definitely need to go see that. With that being said, though, Hordak might end up being like the big bad, and Skeletor might end up on the same side as He-Man at some point, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But a live action He-Man, though, I'm actually anxious for it. Also, something that may shock you, I've never watched the original live action. But Dolph Lundgren, never watched it.
You know?
Nah. Never watched it, man. Like, is that a crime?
Hold on, you said you never seen what?
I never seen Dolph Lundgren's Masters of the Universe. The original live action of He-Man from back in the day, like the 80s.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen it either.
Oh, yes. Okay, I'm not by myself.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen it either.
So I'm going to tell you why I have not seen Dolph Lundgren's Masters of the Universe. I thought it looked like high garbage. Like, when I saw it on the front, I like, man, I ain't watching this trash. I ain't gonna do this to myself. Right. Nobody has come to me yet and swore by this movie and said, hey, you need to go see the live action Masters of the Universe from the 80s. Like, you will love it. Nobody ever came to me with that.
Nah.
Yeah, nobody ever came to me
I don't
with
think
that.
Me neither.
I feel vindicated.
Did you say earlier too that it was good that Prime and MGM was trying to pick this up? Because I thought like Netflix had already like this is a Netflix trailer.
Well, Masters of the Universe Revolution and Revelation, those things, they have that property. But I think they was gonna do a live action and then they canceled it.
Got you.
So now Amazon MGM is taking interest. Netflix can definitely throw their hat back in the ring, with that. But we will see. Now, speaking of we will see, and we saw, college football 2025 is on its way, bro. It's on its way. Yeah. Finally, it's on its way, and it's official, bro. What did you think about that trailer, though?
Bro, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this game. You know what I'm saying? Because like for me, you know how at the beginnings I was talking about like I enjoy Sims.
Yeah.
Like this is another sim, like, and especially being able to like import these things, because this is a feature now that you'll be able to do. You'll be able to import your draft class. You'll be able to import your character.
Yeah.
From NCAA to Madden, if you so please. So you'll be able to keep all your stats. Yeah. And everything going into Madden. Now, like, I don't know, like that is kind of crazy though, because if you build your character up in NCAA and they're like a 99, in college, and then like you pull them over, like that's gotta have to like, because a college 99 and an NFL 99 are not the same 99.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So like I'm sure they're gonna have to dumb it down a little bit, but it'll be interesting to see like how they navigate that. And if you even have your NCAA Madden 14 or NCAA football 14 game save file, for whatever fucking reason you would still have that, you can import that too. Like, who the fuck would have that? I'm sure there's some people like that just hold on to their game stations, and like I do know a lot of people that do that, but like that's crazy.
Yeah,
and that's cool.
I have NCAA football
14. You do?
I have NCAA football 14, and not by like, it's my sister-in-law, right? She had it. She had like a couple of them. I'm like, what are you doing with that? I'm like, are you gonna use those? Like, let me cop those real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, we are nearing like 10 years of not having an NCAA game, and
that's crazy.
I feel like this shit gonna do crazy numbers.
Did you see how that shit looks, bro?
Yes.
That shit looks incredible, bro.
Yes. I'm talking, stupid numbers.
Hyper realistic.
Because the simple fact that it's been gone for so long, and you were subjected to only one fucking football game for how many years? Has it been like 10 years? Has it just only been Monopoly on that? And even though EA,
are you talking? If you're talking about the NFL,
yes,
I think it's been longer than that because because we're talking about 2K.
Yeah.
Right. So I think like the last 2K was like
2K2, right?
Yeah, it was
no. Back up. 2K5.
I think 2K5.
2K5. Yeah, because we talked about that. Like, man was like, let me get this license real quick because 2K is about to come.
So EA has had the NFL license for a hot minute. It's just that the NCAA, before the
NIL deals.
NIL deals, yeah, exactly, the NILs. So they couldn't do anything with that. The NCAA was super stringent on like who they were going to let produce their games or at all, or produce the images and likenesses of their players. But now that that's legal and it's back on the forefront, like this is going to be crazy, bro. I cannot wait. Maybe this will be like our next like kind of glimpse of what that would be. I don't know. It's crazy that they would do that with that, but not Madden.
I mean, to be honest with you, since EA is working on this, I feel like this college football game is going to do more numbers than Madden did in a couple of years, and mainly because people miss it. And I mean, college football is everywhere, right? So you're not just reducing like 32 teams. You got a plethora of teams to mess with, like a whole bunch of teams to like be fucking with. You know what I'm saying? I remember playing NCAA Game Breaker, like like me and my cousin used to rock on that all the time, and I preferred that video game versus the NFL games for whatever reason. Like I really did prefer that. Like it was really dope. Now, are you asking me, am I going to cop, college football 25? Yes.
Yeah,
like,
I am.
With the quickness. Like, I'm definitely gonna cop that, man. And if I'm getting the premium edition, if there is the premium edition, yes, I'm getting the premium edition too. Like,
are you gonna try to get the physical version? Are you gonna try to get a physical copy to keep?
See, I might get the physical copy just to keep, just to say, hey, this is historic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna have to get that in my hands. But I'm transitioning over to the PC realm, so there ain't really no physical. But I know.
I mean, I figured like it'd be a collector's piece. Like obviously you would play that one, you wouldn't bust it out. You'd play your digital version, but
yeah. I'm with that. I'm with that. But the fan base is ecstatic about that, man. I mean, man, they about to shut the servers down when this shit go live.
For real.
When that shit go live,
for real,
they're gonna shut some servers down, bro. Like, it's like I can't connect. The server's clogged up, man. Everybody's on this shit. Like,
bro, think about like all the updating they have to do to that game, bro. Like shit is gonna be bananas. Cause just the turnover rate in college in general, is crazy. Like you'll have NFL players that'll stay on the same team for fucking 8-9 years. Sometimes, and in college, it's like you might get one that's on there for 4 years, but like, and then you got players hitting the transfer portal every fucking 3 months. And then, you got, I don't know, it's just crazy. And then like the boom and bust of some of these college players too. It's like, it's crazy the amount of updating that they're going to have to do and how much data they're going to have to track to keep that shit accurate.
So here's where the hot take comes in. The hype is there for college football 25, but this is EA still, and I don't trust the motherfuckers 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
I don't think that they're gonna do is what we think they're going to do consistently, and because they are the only football franchise in town. You got college football, you got NFL, so eventually they're gonna give us the bare minimum.
They do have to make this game different than Madden. It can't it can't be the same game because that's gonna piss everybody off. But like historically speaking, that's what they do. They just give you the same cut and paste game with a different story or there's nothing ever. But then I think about it, like what else can you really do with it? But it would be cool to be put in like different perspectives on the football players, you know, like I don't know, different angles. I don't know, different camera angles. Because the NFL got some dirty camera angles now. Like in general, when you be watching that game, that camera be doing some magic shit.
Yeah. You know what? I think college football should not be every year. I think they should do it every other year, or maybe every 3, maybe, because you're gonna fall into that pitfall where you start doing the bare minimum. You're gonna eventually hit that little down slope. Like Madden has done things by leap and bounds, but at the same time, it don't have any competition. The only competition it has will be against itself when it comes to college football, but they have no other competition out there. So why would I go far and beyond to be innovative or whatever the case may be? Because I know there's a loyal fan base that's going to buy this game regardless. We can say Madden 30. I'm gonna spend that $60-$70. Mediocrity. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So
right.
But college football 25 is going to deliver for sure.
So actually, they're getting away with the whole number of titles. You know that, right? So it's just going to be called EA Sports College Football. They're not going to be doing the 25, 26, 27 thing anymore. And I think the official drop for this is going to be in July.
Yes. Yeah, July this year. So we got a few months to save up and do what we got to do, man. Because 25, that's a must-cop all day. And them bitches gonna be sold out. I know. It's gonna be sold out.
For sure. Yeah.
Now, speaking of a title, because I'm gonna definitely get on my soapbox about this shit here, and that is Helldivers 2. And now the question is asked, like, is Helldivers 2 resetting the way we think about video games? And I think it is making waves. But what I'm getting on my soapbox about is that there's some mofos out here that is literally hating on this game because it sold 1 million copies in 4 days.
You said 1 million copies in 4 days?
1 million copies. If it ain't 4 days, it's within a week. Impressive numbers for a $40 game, non-AAA title, not in mainstream, right? You got over like, man, I think it's like maybe 400,000 players active peak or something like that.
That's crazy. So, you know that the idea behind like this whole like Helldivers 2 shit is really crazy though. Like it reminds me of kind of like the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
You know, where you got like game masters, you know, like making different things, and it's like you know, different elements, different monsters, and different obstacles, and like just really giving every player a custom game experience really gives it a lot of replayability.
Yeah.
Games like Fable, those choose your own destiny games that we grew up playing, you know, the replayability is so cool. Yeah. You can create a custom brand new story every time you play. Skyrim, those are great games, and for that to just be real time and just be produced with new technology is really, really cool and impressive. And I'm kind of disappointed that I had the reaction to Helldivers 2 like I did the first time we spoke about it, because the first time I was like, you know what I mean? And the more and more I look at it, I'm like, dude, this is like really like generation changing type shit. You know?
You in the shit now.
This is cool.
Yeah. You in the shit now, bro. Like when Helldivers 2 came out, when it was first introduced on State of Play, my reaction was the same. I'm not even gonna hold you. My reaction was the same. And then more content started dropping, more. And then I'm like, oh, I'm definitely getting this game now for sure, because this is what Starship Troopers should have been. This is like Warhammer 40K. This is like Starship Troopers. It got D&D elements in it because it got a game master, game masters plus AI, and it's $40. With the amount of content that we got for $40, people might say microtransaction, you get a premium pack, but that don't help your play. It don't help your play at all. All you get is a new fits, and like some new weapons or whatever, but it's PvE, and this is what PvE should be. And per IGN, on developers were like, there would not be a PvP ever. and it don't need to be. Like, it don't need to be.
Right,
like,
right.
People are uniting on this game. Like, this is a game for gamers' sake, and I can't hype it up like
it's us against them type shit. Like,
you know
that's
what I mean?
Cool as fuck. Yeah, that is cool.
Exactly, because like you got your own ship, right? But you, from planet to planet to planet, they got liberation percentages. So if me and you on the game, right, and we hop off, you know, there was an event that happened like a few days ago, like day 1, right? We supposed to liberate 2 different planets by a certain amount of time as a unit, as a group, whether you're offline, whether you're online. If you're online, get your ass on the planet and start contributing, goddammit. Like, you start killing some bugs, you start killing some automatons, you know, you start doing whatever you got to do, because you're going to get war bonds and requisition points at the end of the day, because you got 100%. So, right. And it lets you know how many soldiers were KIA, how many bugs was killed, what's your percentage of liberation. They got all those things included. But there's some people that don't like the hype. They be like, well, they're going to decline in a couple months. Like, why the fuck would you say that? Like,
yeah, based off of what?
Right. Like, what vindication are you getting for saying something like that? Like, just let more folks have fun with their video games. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For real, bro. That, and you know, not for nothing though, like that. The whole like game, like a lot of the gaming nerd culture community is very picky.
Yeah.
And some of them could be really toxic, bro. And they go on there and they start talking about these video games, bro, because like, and like, I get it, you know, like you get a video game because you want to have fun, and I get like it's not what you thought it was, and maybe you feel some type of way, but like, you know, and a lot of the times, like, some people have these opinions without even playing the game.
Yeah.
But
thank you.
Yeah,
they're touching the game, bro.
Game. They just have an opinion, like they just want to say something about it, man, and that definitely does degrade like the experience that some people want to have playing the game, you know.
And you know why? Because they look at these game reviews and like, and they think word is bond at that point, without them actually playing the game or have people around them that's like, you know, like-minded or not, your peers playing the game, and they'll let you know, hey, this game is top tier, this game is low tier, this, that, and the third. Right. But it's only, if you really think about it, they're talking about staying power, right? Gaming has always been, for the most part, you buy a game, you enjoy that bitch for however long you're going to enjoy it, whether it's a couple weeks, a couple months, whatever, because it's always going to be what's next after this. You know what I'm saying? So for those people that's saying, yo, well, it's going to decline in a couple of months. Like, bitch, we've been doing this shit for years. Like, since the beginning of time. And like, and why would you want a game that is $40, not $60, not $70, giving you free DLC and not nickel and diming your ass? Why would you want that game to fail? Why would you want that?
This is what we've all been asking for the longest time. Give us a complete game that we can download and get all of our DLC. Give us a complete game.
Yeah.
And like get off. Like, this is exactly what everybody's been asking for.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, somebody got some bullshit to say about it.
Always, all the time, bro. It's like, and this is not even a triple. It's not even a AAA company, right?
And for $40.
Yeah, right. This is like a smaller company that just gave us this content. Now, is the game perfect? Like, nah, because you know it is a live game, and they had issues like quick play connectivity or whatever, but that never stopped anyone, because the fan base, new and old, because I'm new, was supporting this shit like through all that. It was like, we don't give a damn. We still hopping on this planet and we still playing this game. There's not really much of a story. Our story is just kill bugs and kill automatons and pretty much low key look like Terminators. And you know, just the elements, like what you able to do with $40. Like those people irk my nerves to no end. It's like, oh well, wait till this game drop, then the number's gonna drop over here.
For real.
Why would you give a shit about that?
It ain't like Anthem where they gave you where some people bought the premium deluxe edition of Anthem for $100.
Yeah.
And they got a game that was garbage, and not even half of the elements that Helldivers 2 has.
Yeah. And like to me, the thing that killed Anthem was they said it was a Destiny killer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember they said that bullshit.
People were putting it in the caliber. They were expecting something. They set themselves up for failure. Yeah, and it got terrible reviews. They could have had fun with Anthem. People could have had fun with Anthem.
They could have. I tried.
They could have. Yeah. But yeah, that whole Destiny killer kind of just did like put a sour taste in my mouth, because even though Destiny's not perfect, like
they
weren't in the same. Yeah, they weren't in the same conversation.
Man, that stuff's like irks my soul. I like for people like, okay, main franchises, right? Call of Duty, Madden, 2K. They drop every goddamn year.
Mm-hmm.
Little innovation, but they advertise it as big innovation.
Mm-hmm.
Prime example: Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. They made you spend $70 goddamn dollars for a glorified DLC where they could have just charged you $20 or $30.
They got your ass, but they know people are gonna buy it every year.
No more folks gonna buy this game because no matter what, we loyal to Call of Duty. We gonna fuck you over every single year.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna buy
it. That is true, dog. Like honestly, they need to stop doing that. They need to drop one game. And they need to just support that game over 5 years, and then just keep it updated. Like just keep it. The roster's new, and maybe do little updates, do little DLCs here and there. Like, oh, we got a new DLC. This is a whatever pack, and then give themselves 5 years to truly develop something that's innovative for people to get excited about. Like, okay. We've been giving you this for 5 years. This is what you've been celebrating. Now it's time for now we're getting into the next generation of football games. Yeah. Now we got this. Now you can manage the injuries. Like you can rehabilitate your players when they're injured. Like something crazy like that. And that's just something that's fully submerging. I think that would be cool. I didn't even think about that until we had this conversation.
Tell me it can't be done, and Fortnite did it for free $99. You pay for different costumes, emotes. Like, ain't Disney doing a partnership with Fortnite? Like how successful Fortnite is. Like,
bro, Luffy's about to be in Fortnite. They're doing a whole One Piece joint like that. Like, how crazy would it be to have a Gear 5 Luffy in Fortnite, bro?
Exactly. It's like, man, come on, man. Like Madden, okay, everybody gonna spend money on Madden because it's the mainstay crowd, and they're not going to stop doing it because they know people still want to buy it regardless. They can serve you trash for $70, but you're going to spend $70 on it to say it for you to spend it, and after you spend money on it to say, hey, this trash. You wasted $70 on yourself. And then, if you got it like that and you don't care wasting $70 or wasting your hard-earned money, you do that. Not saying that this year's Madden sucks or anything like that, but
it's just not
it drops every year.
Unless that's all you play.
Yeah.
Unless that's all you play is Madden and sports games and stuff. Like maybe
Call of Duty.
Like maybe Call of Duty. Like maybe that's your thing. Like maybe, but like I don't play. I can't play that game enough to justify me buying that shit every single year, bro.
Yeah. And like
I want to finish a couple seasons in my career mode before like I go on to the next one, because like I feel like I get 1.5, 2 seasons in, you know what I'm saying, before it's just like, all right, it's time to move on to the next year, and I'm like, damn, I barely played this game.
Exactly. Like, okay, at the Game Awards, the voice actor for Kratos for God of War, he was like, the known fact, my that speech was shorter than Call of Duty's single player campaign. Look, facts. Man was speaking facts, and people got the right to be upset about the shit. Like, look, the man spoke facts here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Again, I have Modern Warfare 2. I forcibly bought Modern Warfare 3 because some of my friends have Modern Warfare 3. But after spending $70 on it, like, I feel like I was sold out. Like, yeah. You know, felt like I was on a street corner, man. You just shortchanged me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just sold dope. And look here. You shortchanged me, dog?
Look at me in my face and tell me that shit. You bitch. Look at me in my face and tell me that. You bitch. You bitch. Big bitch.
Come on, man. Like, so with games like this. Okay.
I think the last Call of Duty I bought was Cold War.
Which was good. I think Cold War was actually pretty decent.
I think that was the last one that I bought. And that was a minute ago.
Now, Warzone's good. Now, the new Call of Duty, from what I'm understanding, the rumor says that it's going to be an open world thing. Which that is innovative, right? But I'm not going to go out there and rush to spend $70 on it. But I know who will, though. It is that loyal fan base, and like, oh, this shit is cool as hell.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, yeah.
What do you mean open world? Like on some DayZ type shit?
Yeah, like events and stuff, like live events and stuff going on. Like, I think they're gonna go that.
That would be cool. That
right.
would be cool. Some shit like I would definitely play some shit like that. I like shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, low key, they had something similar to that on the zombies, and I think that was Cold War. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was a Black Ops, and it was somewhat open where you could like go all around and different people was fighting different things. I'm like, okay, that's pretty dope to see. So, you know, the games that drop every year, like WWE 2K, another prime example. I mean, the only thing that really updates is really the talent that's there. Or you might do a little bit of graphical tweak and stuff like that. Right. So I'm not going to buy WWE 2K every year. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Why? There's too many games out there to play. And Helldivers 2 damn sure got my attention. Tekken 8 is another one that... What was the gap between Tekken 8 and Tekken 7? Like, I'm thinking like maybe 7 years or some shit like that.
Yeah. How long do you think you could play Tekken before you need to take a break? Like how long? For real? Like that?
The Tekken loyalists, though, like people that's in tournaments and stuff, for sure, every day. I mean, they're knocking that thing out. You know what I mean? But people were still playing Tekken 7 as a casual because they keep dropping new characters or whatever. Like the roster was stupid by the time it was done. And then you got Tekken 8, which is feature rich. You got what you paid for. They ain't really nickel and dime you. You know what I mean? And then when you get DLC, you're like, oh shit, we got some DLC coming. It's not like you got this game and then you just stop playing until you get another DLC. And then you're going to pick it up again. And then you're going to stop.
Yeah, I don't even have any pay. I haven't played Tekken in a hot minute, bro.
Get that shit.
It's just, you know how I think we talked about that shit before. Like that shit, it just gets overwhelming. Like, because Tekken, like if you played Tekken, and you were nice at it, bro, you was beating people up like that. Like it just almost wasn't even fun to me. I was just getting my ass worked in Tekken, and I was like, bro, just fuck this game, bro. And I was like, bro, I ain't playing this shit no more. This game sucks. And then like I just stopped playing it. And then I was like, bro, I'm done. Yeah, that was it, bro. I took an oath that day. From henceforth, I will never touch it. I will never touch Tekken.
You step out in the backyard.
Fuck Jin. Fuck all that. Yeah. Nah, but like Tekken was like, I remember when Tekken first came out, dude, I loved Tekken. And like, to be honest, like, I've heard like Tekken is not, it's you can get good at Tekken. It doesn't, you know, so I feel like it might be a time to revisit that.
True. And one more thing before we jump on the PlayStation and Xbox and before we end the show is that it's another hot take. Listen, if you're a Call of Duty player and you shitting on hell divers, just say you ain't good.
Shut up.
Just say you suck at the game, man. Just say you suck at hell divers.
Facts.
You suck at communicating, and you suck at squadding up with your teammates. So you concerned with getting kills versus getting objectives done. And yes, you are killing too at the same time. Just say that. Just say you trash at it. That's all you gotta say. I trash at a game I don't want to play.
Yes.
That's all you gotta say, bro.
I'm glad you got that off your chest.
I'm
glad you got that off your chest.
It was in my spirit.
Yeah, I could tell. You look lighter, bro. You look lighter.
You're looking real light skinned right now.
Oh shit! Good time.
Hey man, so we gonna jump into our next one, and that's Sony PlayStation. Man, is developing a new strategy. Now, here's a surprising thing. According to IGN, it says after sales of the PlayStation 5 failed to meet expectations, Sony has said the console is entering the latter stage of its life cycle, and Sony has set an ambitious target of 25 million PS5 sold during the current financial year ending in March 31st, 2025, but has now revised its forecast to 21 million. After PS5 sales during the crucial holiday 2023 quarter came in lower than expected. And also the AAA titles that we like, Spider-Man and stuff like that, don't look for those this year. You're gonna be like mid-2025. And they're also looking into more cross-platform type games as well, because it's under new management, stuff like that. Especially after Xbox made an announcement about, cloud gaming and stuff like that. But we're going to jump into that one too, which is our last point. But are you surprised though at the PS5 sales?
No, but for the same reason, I'm not surprised at Xbox sales. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just like PCs are really just like what people are going towards. You know what I mean? It's just the flexibility of everything. I think PC is really where it's at. Consoles, I think, are dead. Consoles just take up clunky space in your living room, and then you gotta have a controller somewhere that you need to. It's just easier for me to just have a laptop, you know what I mean, and move around with it. And so part of this strategy that Sony's doing is they're focusing on releasing PC titles and releasing their titles on PC, which lets me know that they're also like, they understand that making these consoles is not what it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago, like you weren't getting, like, you could get that same performance from a PC, but like the hype behind just having a console was just different. You know what I'm saying? Now I just think that it's easier, and Sony is trying to get into the mobile gaming market also. So I think that at this point they want to get away with doing the consoles and rely more on their partnerships with, like, their new partnership with Bungie, and taking that and releasing good quality content for their releases. I just don't think it's cost effective to make consoles anymore. I think it's stupid.
What's funny about it is that I have a slightly different opinion. I think when PS5 came out, it was around COVID time, and then like the hardware couldn't be put together fast enough. I think if it wasn't for COVID, the numbers for PlayStation 5 would be different.
I mean, would you say that but you'd have to say the same thing for the PC, right? Because there was that there was that GPU shortage, everybody was taking them up for, they had the same problems with the chips and the capacitors, motherboards were coming out slower. Like, it's the same thing, but for some reason during that time, more people, especially during COVID, right? More people had time at home and they wanted to build a workstation / gaming station for them, and it worked out. You know what I mean? And I think that they saw that in COVID. Like, people are really going towards this home station solution, this entertainment solution of having your computer and being able to stream and being able to browse your windows and go to your game files and play video games at the same time. And being able to pick it up and take it with you it's convenient, you know, and it's like I just think it's transitioning to that point.
I think it's like a collection of things that's involved, right? It's COVID was definitely that one. And also the fact that my personal philosophy was I don't really need to get a PS5 right now anyway, because my PlayStation 4 is doing just fine, and whatever's dropping on PS5 these days is going to be on PS4. So it's like, so why would I go out my way? And like, it would have to take a game that I really, really, really want to play in order for me to get that PS5, i.e. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So like, I know I'm gonna have to cop Final Fantasy VII Rebirth unless they announce somewhere that bitch is coming out on PC. Then if they tell me that, I'm damn sure ain't buying a PS5. And it just stated in IGN that it's in its latter half of its life cycle. I'm like, the thing came out maybe a few years ago. It ain't even been a full 10. Right. So, but if you were to think about it, PlayStation 3, in my opinion, wasn't really that successful, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
It wasn't at all. But it still outsold the Xbox. You know what I'm saying? It still outsold the shit out of it. Not now, at that time, I think it was competing with the 360.
Yeah.
And the 360 actually did numbers.
Yeah.
To be fair, but I don't know, man. I just think that that's the only way that they're going to be able to sustain selling consoles is if they just prolong the releases or just don't release them on PC. But it seems that they are also focusing on cross-platform play. They want their new mergers and acquisitions to be successful. They want to have their game in front of consumers. And I think that the best way to do that is to be able to cater to the PC community.
Yeah. I think part of it is, as far as the strategy being changed, is that Sony is known to not play well with others. So, you know what I'm saying? But Sony has been successful in PlayStation for so long that it don't need to play well with others at a certain point. But now the landscape is changing. But Helldivers 2, that is PlayStation and PC only. That thing is not on Xbox or Nintendo Switch. Like, if you got an Xbox, you ass out on this game. Everybody out here frolicking, having fun with this game and shit, and you just sit here in the corner, like, you know, unless you got a PC.
You know what's crazy? It's funny that you say Nintendo, because Sony would have to reach the same following that Nintendo has to keep their consoles alive, and I don't even think that's possible, bro. I don't think Sony has enough in gaming for them to sustain the kind of reputation and the kind of titles that Nintendo has locked in. I just don't see it happening.
And I think it's the price point too. I think with consoles, the price is increasing, right? Excuse me. So I think it was COVID. I think it's with, you had to do damn near voodoo to get a freaking PS5 because some people bought it and flipped that bitch to the point where you had to spend a rack just to get a PS5 in your house. And I think if I was Sony, I probably would have hold off from selling the PS5 until COVID ended, because maybe we would have a different conversation. Because by no means Sony is failing. It's just that the president looking at it like a fail, because their price point on the units that they wanted to sell, they didn't meet that said criteria. It's like, oh, okay, well, this might be a wash or whatever. But people are buying Marvel Spider-Man and all this other stuff, like excuse me, God of War, the State of Play, and all these games that's coming out. But to your credit, what you're saying is that more people are want to be in a united community type of thing. Like, no matter what console you have, we can still play with each other. And Sony is kind of like that deciding factor in that. And maybe slowly, that may be the start of, you might want to loosen up the reins a little bit, because which leads into Xbox. So now a lot of people was worrying, like we talked about last week, right? That Xbox is done. You know, we are speculating that Xbox is done with consoles, and that's not really the case here. So, according to reports, especially IGN, that the biggest news was Xbox confirmation that 4 games will indeed be going multi-platform. Spencer declined to name the games, saying only the teams that are building those games have announced plans that are not too far away. As we know, game teams put a lot of energy into announcements and partners, so I don't want to take anything away from those teams, so I won't be talking about the title specifically, but I think when they come out, it'll make sense. So now she asked whether Indiana Jones and Starfield will be among the games going multi-platform. Spencer said they are not, as the 4 games that will be going multi-platform, The Verge reports that they will be Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, Sea of Thieves, and Grounded. Now, also in news, as far as Xbox is concerned, they have confirmed that Diablo 4 will be on Game Pass next month, and other Blizzard games will be coming.
Shit, they gotta do something. Shit. Diablo 2, man, that game pissed a lot of people off, man.
What? That and the fact that their vision is to have Xbox on every one screen without even having an Xbox. So,
bro, it's smart because it is Microsoft, right? Yeah. It's Microsoft. For them to integrate makes sense. Yeah, that's what I would do if I was Microsoft. If I was Microsoft, you're already in the tech space. You're already working with Windows. Steam is working with Windows. Like, I don't know if what do you buy them? Do you integrate? Like, what do? You know what I mean? I feel like if they just kind of put everything to be like this conglomerate, like truly not even console wars, but just truly PC versus console. Like you have the PC world, and then you have a console, you know, that is like the pinnacle, you know, that'll be that. And that'll be Sony and Nintendo, you know what I mean? And who knows what happens from there. Yeah. What if they merge? What if, like, this is crazy. This is, I'm just saying, you know, like in the game world, like, I know how Sony feels and I know how Nintendo notoriously feels, you know, so
no
it's just
mofos
like
are stingy.
Locked. They are shipped, sealed tight, bro. And so, like, I don't know, but I think that for Microsoft, that is a much, much better idea.
Yeah.
But still making these games cross-platform, I think is important, just because, like, us as gamers, like, we want to be able to play with our friends, and we want to be able to let them have the choices of their preference. Like, I prefer PC or I prefer console, you know, but still let them play together and have fun. Like, that's the whole purpose.
That's the whole purpose. Like, I feel like games. The days of tribalism and the days of competition is slowly ending, because back in the day you had to pick a side, like between Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. What side of the fence your ass was on? Right. I mean, unless you had that money and you had both of them, or unless you really had that money and had a Neo Geo AES for about $800. But you know, I ain't no mofo in the hood like that. But
nah, I don't think I've ever even seen one.
Exactly. So, like, when you mention Nintendo is definitely stingy with their shit. And they have right to be. And the way they sold the Nintendo Switch, the fact that you can still sit side by side with someone like you used to back in the day with your homies, excuse me, and play the game, as well as play online if you want to. You know, with Sony, I think they need to loosen the reins just a little bit, because Xbox is damn sure getting in that wave, because I got Game Pass on my gaming laptop right to piss now. I do not have the Xbox in this house.
Me too. Same.
You know what I'm saying? I got Steam. Absolutely, positively love Steam. Discounts I feel like every day. Every time I get on Steam, I'm like, oh shit, there's a sale.
That's the only time I buy games. Like, I'll just go, I'll open the store, and I'll go straight to the specials tab, and I'll just go through there and see what's on sale. And it'll be like, oh, everything that Activision has ever dropped is on sale. You're just like, damn, bro. Or everything, or all of the Civilization games, you bundled all together, that is usually $150 you can get today for $9. And you're like, damn, bro, like, I'm copping that.
And for the main question, is Xbox staying in the hardware business? Yes. They have stated, we're not leaving the hardware business. Like, we're still going to pump out some consoles, but at the same time, we still gonna do cloud gaming, and we want Xbox to be on every screen. Because if they do that shit, Sony better do some changes. Like, they back in the competition. Easy.
It doesn't like that. Like, what? I feel like that's doing too much, bro. I feel like you're wasting money. Like, the Xboxes don't sell, bro. This is like historically factual.
Yeah.
They don't sell. I don't even know why they do it. It's like
they don't sell as much as PlayStation. They do sell, but they don't sell as much as like PlayStation or Nintendo.
As much as any other console. Like,
right.
The Switch is the third best-selling console of all time. That shit just came out not too long ago.
Not too long ago. But honestly, when it was PS4, Xbox, was it Xbox One and the Switch was leading the charge. And a lot of people forget about that.
Right. No, Nintendo ain't nothing to shake a stick at. Everybody want to talk about next gen gaming, bro. Nintendo been at this shit, bro, and they understand their market and they appeal to their market and they fucking go crazy, bro. The Switch, Nintendo will never go anywhere.
They're born to do this, bro. They was born to do this. Nintendo,
they're smart.
Look, you just merely walked into this shit. We made this shit.
We made this shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm a pro Sega head to the day is long. But that Nintendo saved Nintendo saved the video game industry.
Southern shit be killing me as the day is long.
As the day is long, bro. As the day is long. Sega head, bro. But Nintendo,
you about a sandwich short of a picnic. I've always wanted to say that. I heard somebody else say that, bro. I've always wanted to say that.
2 bricks out of a load. Like,
oh no. Yo. Earlier, what you said? You said they're gonna make a hill of beans, bro. That's crazy.
A hill of beans, right? Hey, man.
Oh, no, that's crazy.
But check it, y'all. This is our show for tonight, and we will be back next Thursday for some more Nerd Talk Live. I hope you guys enjoy the show. I will be back on Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Myself and Vivo will be breaking down Solo Leveling. All right, Solo Leveling episode 7 and Ninja Kamui episode 2. So we have bypassed Ishura. We just put Ishura on the back burner because it continues to be mid, in our opinion. So
you're out of chances, bro. You're out of chances.
Look, me and Vivo gave it several chances, man. And Ninja Kamui definitely took the cake. We watched the first episode. We was like, oh, we talking about this shit. We covered every episode for sure. But that's our show for today, and we will be back on Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for some more anime goodness and pro wrestling talk on Tuesday and Thursday. Myself and Boogie Blendz will be back.
Yes, sir.
For some more nerd talk. So until next time, y'all. Oh, you got anything else for the listeners out there before we get out of here? Boogie Blendz.
Do I got anything else for the listeners today?
Yeah.
Interesting story, right?
Okay.
I got my nose hairs waxed.
So what?
I got my nose hairs waxed.
For what?
It's a long story.
All right.
But I got my nose hairs waxed.
Hey, tell us that story. tell us that story next week. You got to hold on to that one.
But boy, let me tell you.
I
ain't breathed like this in a minute, bro.
Did you breathe in there? Did you feel it in your skull?
I'm smelling colors.
What?
Type shit. Like I feel like my sense of smell is just heightened. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously I'm not really smelling colors, but I'm just saying, like, I just feel like everything is like a lot. It's more sensitive. It's crazy, bro. I'm breathing.
Dude, is that turquoise? I can smell it.
Yeah. Is that fuchsia?
Oh.
But yeah.
Oh, that yellow is busted.
Yeah, bro. If you ain't smell yellow, you ain't living, bro. You ain't lived yet. So that's something for y'all to do for next week. If y'all ain't done that yet, man, and you're curious, do that. That'll change your perspective on life.
Oh man, go get your nose hairs waxed.
Have a good weekend, y'all. Boogie Blendz out.
All right, peace.